beside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hi, I thought we were starting with a video. So, right, remember that time when we talked about that? And I was talking to people on Facebook? Good God almighty. What day is it, Monday or Friday? All right, L&M softball last night.
Sanders
Watch it.
hits it left side through the infield. Kylie Sanders scores, and Louisa Muscatine are the new Class 2A softball state champions.
Softball state champs, y'all. After trailing 3-1, they come back and win 4-3 in dramatic fashion, by the way. You want to talk about a way to win a state title. Oh, my goodness. So congratulations to the team and the coaches and the families. It's been a whirlwind season for sure. And the best part for L&M is they're a young team. So they could be right back there next year. Not to take anything away from the game that ended at 10-15 last night, but no seniors on the team, so that means that this is a young team that's only going to get better. And we have a picture from our friend Luke Sanders, who's you saw, I think it was Kylie that had the game-winning hit. What a tremendous achievement for the Sanders family to have two children on a state championship team that both are contributors. And we celebrated before they went to state last week with the L&M team here on the show. We sent them off to state with a big old cake from the bakery, and they're coming back from Fort Dodge with a trophy championship. Very exciting. I mean, I started watching the game and I felt tired. I watched the first inning and a half of sleep. I didn't know until I woke up this morning. So congrats again to L&M. Wow, dramatic fashion. I mean, it doesn't get any more like storybook ending than that. I've been exchanging messages with athletic director Tom Wilson, who's wide awake, by the way. I don't know if Tom's with us on Facebook, but Tom Wilson, great guy. He reminded me that he's still in Fort Dodge. Because I said to Tom, I said, you know, if you're awake and you're moving around and you want to stop by the store, and he just told me he would stop by a store, a Hy-Vee store in Fort Dodge, to which, touche, Tom. We do hope to have Coach Brian Butler and the team on once they get back. I mean, you know, I don't know if any of them slept. How could you sleep after you win something like that in that dramatic of a style? But kudos, and definitely a rejuvenation for L&M. Really, you know, speak to the alumni base that kind of got reinvigorated for sharing that with us. Look at that. That is so great. For wearing t-shirts. So if you don't win, where do the shirts go? Right? Where are we going to send those shirts? Like those going to go to Salvation Army or something? So obviously we're very excited. We celebrate L&M and a team that is no seniors, some 8th graders in the mix. Very cool moment. And the weather cooperated. You know, yesterday was not a good day weather-wise. I'm sending some thoughts to some friends in Marshalltown that got hit pretty bad with a tornado. And I'm personally not a fan of severe weather. And sometimes it even aggravates me when people are like, oh, yeah, severe weather. Because then you see things that happen in towns like Marshalltown. And certainly in Muscatine, we've had our fair share. I don't think that's cool at all. So hope everybody's okay in Marshalltown and they're recovering. I've been to downtown, like looking at some of your pictures, and I walked right down that street. Scary scene, Marshalltown and Pella, Iowa. So hope everybody can make a recovery from that. If I pivot and talk to Chef Tess, getting ready to cut the cheese, literally, in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen. I mean, that's you are cutting the cheese out of a container at this moment. I'm not understating that, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is the famous Bellagiosi. Is it Bellagiosi or Bellagiosi?
Bellagioso.
Bellagioso. I wasn't even close. Bellagioso that will be turned into fresh mozzarella, right?
Yes.
So you are going to be stretching, and look at that. That's a great overhead shot. You're going to be stretching and pulling. What time is it today?
2.
Okay.
Today and tomorrow.
Excellent. Between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can stop by and look. Look, Ryan Broderson, show everybody. Chef Tess just cut the cheese right there. Boom! Look at that. Now that's a curd, correct?
Yes.
So that is not mozzarella yet, ladies and gentlemen. It still needs to have the whey separated from it. Am I telling the truth so far?
This is essentially just milk that has all that's been done to it is it has the curds separate from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You drain off the whey. You press the curd. So this would just break apart.
Wow.
So we cut this into pieces.
So would that be good to eat right now in that state or no?
No.
Okay. Not that I wasn't asking for a sample. I just was curious.
It's not like it's gonna make you sick or anything.
Sure.
Kind of bad. It's just not gonna be.
Don't say to that. No way. Thank you. Be here all morning.
I really don't know how to respond to that sometimes.
Tip your waiter or waitress. All right. Well, the mozzarella that will turn into is wonderful, and I encourage you to stop by while Chef Tess is doing it because you'll never have mozzarella so fresh, Chef Tess. It's really the best. Okay. Are you going to be doing this? Obviously, you'll be doing it right here in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen, but like tomorrow on Saturday, will you be doing it here or in the store somewhere?
It'll either be right up in the front of the store by Floral, which is where I'm usually at, or we have a really big set of mozzarella items right across from the Italian department. So
yes.
One of those two places. I'm kind of all over the place, so stop by, check it out.
Love it. All right. Good deal. Well, we'll check back in, but next time we check in, that could be mozzarella, ladies and gentlemen. That happens so quickly. Let's get to our first guest who is here, and also apparently a softball aficionado. I didn't know this. Carla Orr with Toyota Muscatine, service manager in the house. Welcome to the program. You sit down and you're like, you know everything about softball all of a sudden.
I played softball in high school.
Yeah.
So growing up, my daughter played softball and went to L&M. Yeah. So very, very proud moment.
What an incredible, you watched the whole game.
Yes.
So you stayed up later than I did.
Yep.
And you're here this morning, so thank you.
Because I know a couple of the girls on the team that my granddaughter played softball with. So yeah, it was a good moment.
It was just, in that little 40-second or 30-second clip,
yeah.
You know, to be down, and then again, we're talking about a young team that has 8th graders on it.
Yes.
So to be able to pull together.
And to have the 8th graders start that off in the 7th inning and bring them back to life was amazing.
Wasn't it just very special?
It really was.
And what's great is, you know, we talk about Toyota Muscatine often and giving back to the community and supporting athletics. I know that everybody will be so excited, and it'll be the talk of the year. Right?
Oh, yeah, we're going on our website.
And one of them super cool. And Toyota Muscatine are the Teacher of the Month programs.
Yes.
And certainly some L&M teachers have been honored over the past. That's such a great thing to have, Carla, even continued during the summer.
Oh,
like there's no break in recognizing teachers, right?
No, that goes all year round.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's summertime, wintertime, school's in, school's out. Teacher of the month, every month.
It's great. You can see, there we go. There's July's Teacher of the Month right there from Jefferson Elementary and Central Middle School, Kelly Story. That is a cool story. And they get a sweet car to drive. I mean, it'd be one thing to just like recognize them, have them take a picture in a car. But Carly, y'all give them a car for the month. That's super exciting, and money to use to buy supplies for their classroom.
Yes. It's a donation for the classroom and the teaching off.
Yeah, no, it's such a great program. The communities they serve, for sure. And then
it is top priority. Customers come in for it. I mean, we're there to serve customers.
Whether it's like the basic maintenance, or that everybody comes into the fold, I know that your job very seriously, and I imagine you have to, because regardless of if it's just a routine oil change or, you know, God forbid something happens and your vehicle is under the care of Abra Body Shop, you want them to have a great experience, but you also have to kind of tailor your interactions almost, right?
Yeah, because we might be working on something mechanical and find out that maybe there's some physical damage that needs to be looked at Abra. We help both groups help each other out when it comes to getting the customer taken care of.
Absolutely.
Whether, you know, it be body work or mechanical or just an oil change.
So my mom bought a Corolla. not that long ago, and then somebody had a little bit of, I think it was driver's side car guy,
the bumper.
Oh yeah. Try and make sure she had her vehicle under the care of most, Carla, was the fact that she got emailed
Yes.
and sent via text message to her
Yes.
as it was being taken care of. I didn't even know that was something that was offered.
And it's just something that we offer. Not every Abra does it, but we offer it because you can sit and explain to your customer what you're going to do, take a photo, but send that to them, show them what you're actually doing, explains so much more than sometimes us trying to explain it to them.
Right.
And they can actually see what you're physically doing to their car.
And when that happened, I told my mom, I said, that's awful. It's a bad situation. But I was almost like, but don't only, like, one thing, not only just selling vehicles, but I was like, just go. And let she
and what body does is guarantee cars in our body shop. So we're now looking for another estimator.
Okay.
And another body technician. So
that's a good sign.
Put the word out, and like I said, we have all kinds of benefits, 401, health, medical, all that. I'm also looking for a service technician also.
Oh, wow. All right.
So it has increased immensely for us.
Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a healthy sign for Toyota Muscatine to be able to get people and put them to work in a good way. Are these some side-by-sides, Abra? Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Look at that. That's what I'm saying. Carla, you know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but for the folks at home, like when I see that, that's ridiculous. The fact that it can look almost even better than it did. There's another great example.
Yep.
I'm going to have a before and after picture like this, too, if I keep losing all this weight. But look at how great that looks.
Does that help me, too?
Well, you could post my before and after picture on the website if you want
why
to and
not?
claim that it was all Abra Body Shop that did it.
Absolutely.
They
You
put
don't
me
know
back
that.
together. Wow, that's true.
We can do that.
We had that bad hailstorm last year, and a lot of folks had damage on their car. That's one of those tricky things that, Carla, because you could look at your vehicle, and every time we've had weather like we almost did yesterday, and they talk about potential for hail, I'm like, please don't. Because that's one of those sneaky things. You think you're okay, but all of a sudden you get the right light on your vehicle.
Then you'll see it. There's people that still coming in from over a year ago that didn't even know they had hail damage. It's just something you don't see right away, So and you catch it in the light,
right? And
you'll see the hail damage. So
it almost doesn't make sense how that gets repaired either.
Yeah.
That's why you just leave
no
it to
paint
the
work
experts.
involved in most of them. It's just taken out with special tools, lighting, and equipment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I almost don't even understand it. So we're still in July. Folks are still traveling. Certainly a lot of people went to Fort Dodge to watch L&M. But if they're going, further away from Muscatine on a vacation or whatever, what would you say? Is it making sure that your tires are in good shape?
I would make sure that you have your vehicle, just take it in, just tell them you would like to have a multi-point inspection done on it, which means they check all your fluids, your filters, your tires, everything. Make sure it's working.
The last thing you want to have wrong is you get a common wrong. First of all, when you drive a Toyota, they're so dang reliable.
Yes.
Usually nothing ever happens with just a little basic maintenance. I don't even know how the service department's in business, quite frankly. These things are so wonderful.
Well, most of them run. We had one here not too long ago, and that had over 400,000 miles on it, which is rare.
400? Fred Flintstone drive it in, or what?
No, it was an old, an older, like 1999, something like that.
Unbelievable.
But yeah.
So impressive. But there's something to be said about when you need. If you're driving a Toyota that you got a Toyota, you want to get back to the master.
We have everything they come with nowadays with your blind spot monitoring, airbags, hybrid systems. We have 3 certified master technicians just for those qualifications.
Yeah, and you want to just trust the air where people is in the back. Always, because when you're driving yourself in my Sienna van, how safe the dang thing is, and I never worry. I had to drive to Missouri a couple months ago, and like a tire rotation. I think I was due whatever.
Yep.
Piece of cake,
Oh, they take you wherever you want to go. It runs from 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday.
It's a pretty good deal.
So yeah, and if your car has something major go wrong with it, we do have loaner cars we supply for the customers. so they can still get to work they need
to be able to go that extra step for your customers. Are there any service specials, Carla, that you want to mention while you're here?
But if you buy, anytime that you purchase tires from Toyota Muscatine, you get free tire rotation. They always come with a 2-year road hazard, which is not repair the tire, it's always replace.
Okay.
So, I mean, that way you're not getting a tire that you're going to be patched within the first year. And, you know, guarantee everything.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Like that. Toyota Muscatine.
Yes.
.com.
You can go to the
Conventional oil
website.
change, synthetic oil change. What?
Yeah.
Certain cars take synthetic versus conventional.
Yes.
Like in my Sienna van, what do I got in there? What do you think?
What year's
I have?
yours?
2012.
You probably have full synthetic,
All right.
which means that you only change oil every 10,000 miles.
That is sweet.
But you still come in every 5, so we can check the fluids, your filters, rotate your tires, and just keep it maintained in between the process.
I like what I like about my van is there's a light that comes on and it's just Jimmy Greenhaw's face, and it's like, "Come see me, Tone," and I'm like, "All right, dog."
Well,
That's
that would
a nice
make you,
touch,
yeah,
isn't it?
yes, yeah.
I like that. It's
I want
Jimmy's
to know how you
face.
got Jimmy's face on there.
Very carefully.
Yeah, it
I
had
thought he
to
did
have.
it to all of
Yeah.
his customers.
Yeah.
Just
No,
Jimmy's
you're
mug
special.
on there. Well, I don't know about
I don't
that.
know. I don't know if I'd want to look at Jimmy's face every time my maintenance light came on. You know.
Wouldn't it be nice though if you could have a custom like, "Hey, just a reminder," or because, and this is the true story. This is what happened to me. One of the lights came on and I didn't know what it meant, so I did this, called over. I'm like, "What does this
Absolutely.
light mean?" And got the answer. Because again, I'm not a car person.
Yeah.
I'm a car person in the sense that I'm going to get in it and I want it to start and I want it to get me from point A to point B. I'm never going to be crawling under doing any work on an oil change, and I trust the experts. But it was cool to have that light come on.
Have lights still, but a lot of the newer ones actually have like the little square in front of your dash there, and it'll just come up with writing that says maintenance soon.
Wow.
Instead of just having the little light come on now.
So we're not too far away from having a Jimmy Greenhaw or a TJ Deere or your face on
somebody's face in there. We can put yours in there for all our
I would,
customers.
yeah.
Tony Tone says.
That's right. I
there
would
you
love
go.
to do that for a nominal fee. I could be your maintenance person.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, remember that last time? This could be me talking
Yeah.
to the people driving. Remember that last time I told you needed the oil change? Well, guess what, boo-boo? You need it right now.
Yeah.
That could be me.
That could be you. I
that.
think that would work awesome.
Yeah, I think you'd sell
Tony
even
Tone
more.
Live in the Toyota Care.
And then for like the safety features, like when you start to drift over the center line and the car, these smart cars, they pull you right back.
Yeah.
That could be my voice saying like, wake up, Goofy, you're crossing into the middle.
Well, I know.
Pay attention. Wouldn't that be better than the car just
your voice would
correcting it?
be like, Siri, but a little upgrade to Tony's voice
That's
instead.
That's right. I think
Okay.
that would be very pleasant. I could have a different, delivery on each one.
Well, we might have to put a girl in there somewhere and let the guys have the girl voice and the girls have your voice. How's that?
I don't know if my wife would like that.
Well, okay. Then we'll just leave it generic and you can
there
have
you go.
everybody's.
I could just do like a fake robot voice.
Why
Hours
not?
of the service department. Do you have like 3 hours of time per year, maybe?
I'm there mostly because it's quieter and I can get some stuff done in the morning. But our actual hours are 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 8 to noon for the service department.
Mm-hmm.
The body shop is 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday.
Telling you what, it's all there, from new to certified used to used vehicles.
Yep.
The crew out there at Toyota Muscatine, you're all great people. And it's really just an approach that I appreciate to how business is conducted. And you can always jump online, and if you're in the market and you're trying to think about what your next vehicle is going to be, online, see questions, and then reach out for a test drive.
Absolutely.
And there's never any pressure or so it's a very laid back place, which is not what people normally equate to a car dealership.
Anybody there, whether you're there to buy a car or whether you're there for the body shop, somebody's going to walk up and absolutely help you get where you need to go. So,
Sure.
If I need to sell a car, I'll sell you a car. I'm not saying it's going to be a good thing, but
Right.
since I've never sold one, but we'll give it a shot.
I feel like you could do okay.
Yeah, I might do okay.
I think you got the experience that you could make it happen.
I've been doing this for almost 25, 26 years.
Which is amazing because you just turned 32, so you started young.
Bless your heart.
No, I do what I can. I do what I can. Carl Orr, Service Manager, Toyota Muscatine. Super excited to have you here. Please come back and have a great weekend. And
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And I know this. Listen, seriously, my mom got backed into. She was upset. I kind of came in as like, hey, it's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
She went to Abra. Her car was done ahead of schedule, and it looks incredible. You could never tell that had happened to her. So if you're in an accident, even if you're not driving a Toyota vehicle,
absolutely,
and you want top-notch care, Abra Body Shop is there for you.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is reach out. All right.
Yep, we'll take care of you.
Thank you so much. And just like this, we're going to send Betsy, if we could, to the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. I know. It's well, we're from the future, basically, here at Hy-Vee Today. We do things a little differently.
That's kind of like robotics?
Yes. Betsy is a robot, and she operates it just like that. Yeah, that's the Betsy 5000 model.
That.
Isn't that cool? I mean, because, listen, Carla, the last time that you and I were probably in a grocery cart, it's been a while. So this gives you that perspective as if, and we also have a great shot of my boss, Jim Simmons.
I see that.
So he'll appreciate that when he rewatches it tonight. He's probably going to think
he's going to turn around and say, why did you do that?
Right, why are you stalking me? So I asked Betsy if she could go up because we've got this 1,000,000 stem rose sale, and there's a really cool setup right across from Starbucks.
Oh, look at that.
There's so many roses, ridiculous deal. I bought my wife 18 roses and a beautiful vase, and it was like $30. You could get 100 roses for $50. I don't even know how that makes sense. And they also have like wine glasses that have 6 rose stems in them, and they just look really cool. So shout out to Catherine and the crew. They did a really good job, and it looks nice. And the sign says it. You don't have to take them to Paris to show them you care. Just pick up a whole bunch of roses. So there you go. Toyota Muscatine car cam, hard at work, showcasing roses, a multitude of colors, by the way, not just red. I mean, certainly if you want red roses, we can get you taken care of, but we've got more than that. Let's go to Chef Tess, the Hy-Vee Today kitchen, and then we're going to get ready for Mike Church to join us in just a moment. Chef Tess getting ready for mozzarella stretching this weekend. The stretching and the pulling and then the eating, that's my part. It's really a tough gig, but somebody has to do it. And there is a lot of that Bella Lugosi. Look at that. So I wonder if, Chef, could you... She's talking to Mike Church right now. That's okay. Can you hold up again just that Bella Lugosi, or however you say it? Or just, we'll get an overhead shot. Look at the size of this stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, the next time you see that, it'll be these fresh mozzarella. You're doing a little workout. Nice. Cheese curls. Hey, literally, cheese curls, right?
Curls.
That's cheese curl.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. We have the overhead shot as well, so that looks good. All right, and that, again, that tool that you're using is essentially a cheese cutter. It has a particular name, yes or no?
If it does, I don't know what it is.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it doesn't have like some fancy schmancy chef name that I'm not getting right.
It might. I'm probably going to Google that as soon as the show ends.
Oh, great.
Not going to lie.
The cheese separator. You know it's going to have a weird name. All these things have weird names, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just have a knife. It's got to be a chef's knife. Or a butter. Another example of a knife, a serrated edge knife, right?
A knife. This is called Honasuki.
That's called a what?
Honasuki.
Can you hold that up to Ryan's camera? A Honasuki?
It's covered in cheese right now.
So what is that, like 4 cheeses or other stuff or what?
The shape of this knife is specifically designed to break down poultry.
Okay.
So you can, if you look it up online, you can see people breaking down like whole chickens in 30 seconds with one of these little knives.
Wow.
So they're perfect, but it also doubles as just a small like utility knife.
Yeah.
Which is what I use it for, like small jobs, opening up packages, things like that. So that's why it's out right now.
That is fabulous. Wow. Entire chickens can be just decimated, huh?
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Well, Carla, have a good weekend. Thanks for coming on again.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate
we're gonna
it.
Get Mike Church over here in just a second. We're going to talk about some ribs. CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam is looking good above the salad bar. Salad bar for a good lunch or dinner. You are all set. So many good colors out there as well. And some watermelons in the background. Real. Starting off, we're going to have a cool deal on the cellar bar. Come over whenever he's ready, I guess. Anyways, I do also want to little state championship softball game at the end of the show as we keep celebrating the Falcons. Hey, buddy. Winning state, going to state for the first time. Such a young team. Really excited for them, and hope to have. I'd like to have the entire team back on here next week. We'll see what they're able to do. It's going to be quite the whirlwind the next several days. They'll be inundated with requests, and it'll be all good, though. Really excited for the Falcons and all the alumni that are feeling good about a state championship. All right. Now, when you want to talk about championships in the meat world, Mike Church is
Morning,
an
Tony.
MVP.
How are you?
How are you, man? So
I'm good.
We always do the show in your neck of the woods, which I like. Good to see you again, brother.
Good seeing you.
Seafood's right here. John's setting the case. That gets done every day, which is something I don't think people realize. Like, every day the seafood gets set out fresh.
That's right.
You're in the midst of this big old rib fest.
That's right, Tony. I think the last time I was on here, we talked about just a little bit kind of basically on how simple it is. Just a couple of things just to recap what you have in July. A lot of people do, maybe for a lot of folks,
Yes.
and there's so many things out there, and I just thought I had one together. He's like, what kind of rib do I, this or that? And I tell you what, guys, I mean, if you look at this shelf, there we've got rubs for, well, the thing is, I say is find one that you like.
Yes.
I mean, they do last quite a while. I found two that we sell here that I really, really like. We sell them here in the containers. We don't sell them on the shelf. We just have them throughout the department.
Sure.
We have like International Spices. This is made in Nebraska.
Cool.
They make. I would say it's more of a really, really mild, kind of a sweeter rub. And then we also have another one that we really like. I like this one. This is my favorite. JB's Fat Boy Rub. This comes in bulk, and we season a lot of it. A lot of our pork and chicken back in-house that we sell here, and we sell. People seem to like a lot of it. If people come and ask me, hey, Mike, what do you recommend? This is my favorite. And it has a little bit more, it's not spicy, but I would say it's got a little bit more bold flavor to it.
Sure.
A little bit more, maybe more mesquite, a little more peppery, if that's a word. But I do really, really like that one.
Now, you say that does a little bit go a long way?
This one does, yes.
Okay.
This one does.
If I'm looking at a rack of ribs and I
absolutely dynamite. I did actually taste this and took it home, bought some, and I did like it a lot. It is very good.
Tess, what's in the sauce? I didn't even know that this was something you made. This looks great.
Yeah,
wow.
So that's a really traditional Carolina style barbecue.
Cool.
So when Mike mentioned it's not like the cookies or the Sweet Baby Ray's, those are more of like your molasses and ketchup based barbecue sauces.
Yes.
So this one has a vinegar and mustard base.
Cool.
And so that's kind of where the color comes from, and there's also a little bit of tomato paste, so it gives it that nice burnt orange color. But the base for it is vinegar.
As far as, I'm not an expert, but I always like to put it on for jam.
Yeah.
Very, very end.
Yep.
Put it on there, and then. It will burn, but your traditional sauces that have a lot of sugar in it,
pay attention.
It will burn. You don't want to leave it on for very long. But I do like a little.
Because if you're going to take the time, Mike, to come to a place like Hy-Vee product, you want to be able to taste the meat.
Right.
You don't want to just taste like a glob of sauce or, like you said, like a caking of. So there is that fine balance. Now, we're not going to tell people what to do. That you like what you like, but for sure, a little bit of seasoning can go a long way. And you're right. There are definitely two classes of rib fans. There are the rub, then there's the sauce folks.
That's right. There is one thing that we just got in last week. We've got these pork riblets in, and I've never really carried. They were kind of a new item.
Sure.
And we've been selling them. We sell them like plain, and then I also been taking some and putting the this on it. Awesome. And these with the seasoning. Recommend maybe just taking them right out of the package and throwing them on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I would either do, like you say, maybe sear them and indirect cook them for a while that way, or bake them.
Look at this, though. I mean, Mike, this is a heavy package, buddy.
It is. I mean, this is cheap.
And that's $3.52.
That's right up Delmer's alley. Cheap.
Oh, poor Delmer walking by, getting this zinger. You can feel the love. But no, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's not just your standard rack of ribs. That's a great. I might.
It is. I mean,
have
if
to
you
take
look at
some
that,
of
I
those
mean,
home.
people sometimes think that, oh gosh, ribs are expensive. Blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
I mean, we're at what, $2.99 for a slab of ribs. That's pretty cheap. I mean, you go to a restaurant easily.
And if you take it home, the good thing is, again, like, you can prepare it however you like. Today or this weekend, I'm not going to take it outside and fire up the grill. I'm going to season them how I like, or something like this riblets. I'm going to put it in a tinfoil, cave and throw it in the oven, because I've done ribs in the oven that I thought that you could put them right next to something that's come off the grill.
Usually, traditionally, before I'll bake my ribs first and then hit them on the grill at the end.
Because you want to get that crust, that little caramelization, if you will.
That's right.
No, this is very exciting. I mean, you literally can't miss the rib fest signage and.
I know.
setup.
Look at all those signs.
It looks fun. Something else that I'm, obviously selfishly excited about coming back is the Tony Tone Burger.
Yep,
it's one of those things that.
Actually, I got to make a batch. We sold the first 10 pounds already.
Did you really?
I think there's 2 burgers left.
Cool, because I hadn't bought any yet, and I'm going to buy some today.
Well,
So that's a good deal.
I'll get my guys on it.
So that's, of course, before I worked here, the Tony Tone Burger existed, and the thing that people could never understand, Mike, is that it was a healthy option. I haven't always been the healthiest person, but certainly that's a great. Not only is it healthy,
actually,
it fits diet.
we make about 5 or 10 burgers. Tony Tone Burger probably has the best chicken. But if you've never tried ground chicken before, they're a teriyaki or a soy chicken burger with something like that, or it's really, really good. I mean, so the biggest thing is obviously you got to be careful cooking it so you don't overcook it. But I mean, it's pretty tasty.
That you can't understate that enough. If you're cooking chicken that's been ground, that's in a patty, like the Tony Tone Burger, the other examples, I almost stovetop a lot of butter because you don't want it to sting.
A chicken burger, you need to spray it low. So,
and you don't want to make them. When it comes to questions or suggestions, your case from pork and the muskie chops, which the muskie chops, I don't know, there's something about them. You can do them in the grill. I have an awesome grill, and I've been using a lot at home with the variety that you guys have, and it's just nice to know that when people come in and come back to the meat department, you've always got it looking so good.
Yeah,
and that's not an easy
Well, not
task.
all the time. You can probably ask Jim that, but
well, I mean, yesterday you were literally cleaning the case that we're looking at.
I did clean the case
cleaning.
yesterday. My easels are crooked right now.
Oh boy. Well, we'll hear about that. This team just being really the level of service we provide customers.
I want to talk about. We do have tomorrow. Mega Meat and Seafood Saturday. $25 you spend on meat, seafood, or New York deli. Thank you, Delmer.
Yeah.
I'll give you it is viable, folks. So if you spend $50, you're going to get $30. You spend $75, you're going to get $45. So I would recommend buying all meat. No New York deli stuff, but just fresh meat. But,
no offense, Delmer.
But we also we've got Beverly coming in today. We're grilling some. We're gonna demo some chicken burgers. And we also got some tilapia we're going to demo. So we got it going on today back here in your meat shop.
Man. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Tony.
Love having you on. You know your stuff. And again, stuff like this. Look at this. $3.52. $3.52. That's the price. And you're all set. It looks great.
Thanks,
you,
Tony.
sir. Hold on your mic.
Oops.
Look at that. Always to my left. Shot and screen. Go over the Spielberg. In there. It just looks really good. And the best. Mozzarella as like an appetizer. Would anybody put mozzarella burger? That's a crazy thought.
Oh yeah. Really well. I did a burger last night, pasta, and threw fresh mozzarella all over the top. And as soon as it hits something warm, it's so creamy and it just melts really, really nicely. A burger would be a great example of that. Delmer making faces behind me.
No, I just was making sure he wasn't gonna walk in, unless it's a prosciutto bombing or a salami bombing. I can't eat anything till noon, anyways. Disregard. But yeah, so I that's good to know because I didn't know about how it would melt because there's some cheeses that, truth be told, melt better than others.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, this stuff melts really, really nice, and it's also going to give you, it melts, but it's gonna string. It's gonna give you those nice, satisfying strings. So you get your burger off the grill, throw some fresh mozzarella on it, cut it in half, and pull it apart, and it's just so satisfying.
Well, at 12:01, I'll have to come back down and find my way into a sample.
That would be Instagram worthy right there.
Oh, so now it's even part of my job. Hey, yesterday, Anita's Tacos, not only did they taste great, I had left work, came back, got 3 of them in a romaine lettuce wrap. Oh, my goodness. Tess, those sold extremely well.
They did. We
wow.
We sold a taco a minute, and I was sold out in an hour.
A taco.
So all 3 of them did not make it.
I got into my car outside, and I took a bite, and then I looked up, and there was a lady parked directly across from me, and I had just gone like ham on the bite because it was like 10 after 12, and I'm doing this fasting, and I was hungry, and I just did one of those bites where you're like, and I didn't feel bad about it because it was so good.
Yeah? Awesome.
I did not feel
you.
bad. At the store and watch chefs the mozzarella stretching. That's the way about Taco Thursday and Taco John's. They own the trademark for how the restaurants or whatever, like promote Taco Tuesday. They can Taco Tuesday. We're not going to do that. We're going to TT. Hey, this is a TT right here. And I like it a lot. But I can't wait to see some mozzarella created by hand. There's a lot of in this store and the stuff that Chef Tess does is one example, and of course our friends from the bakery as well. If you want to save money on gas, Saver Flyer, you can see it on the screen right there. It's good to go through Tuesday. Some great ways to save, from the meat department to the deli, wine and spirits, frozen food, Scotcheroo Mountain still exists. Those are selling like hotcakes, except they're Scotcheroos. They're selling like Scotcheroo cakes. So check those out. Yeah, if you want to save money on gas, this is like the only place you can buy groceries and not have to pay full price at the pump. A couple more examples. Chinese is on there. Pineapple Bits, Million Stem Rose Sale. Yes, and Prairie Farms Lemonade. I want to say thanks to Carla, as we were manager with Toyota Muscatine, for joining the program. Thanks for being here, Carla. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine for all that they do. And, again, very exciting last night. L&M girls softball won the state tournament, trailing 3-1. Last couple seconds of the game, 7th inning, it all came down to the Sanders sisters and, of course, the whole team. But, again, to be able to play on a championship team in high school with your sister, that's very special. And I'm glad that Iowa Public Television carried the game live on TV and also on Facebook. So that looked really good, and we're gonna take a look at that last portion from last night. Here we go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders hits it left side through the infield. Kylie Sanders scores, and Louisa Muscatine are the new Class 2A softball state champions.
I just wonder if somebody grabbed that ball. Like when the Cubs won the World Series a couple years ago, Anthony Rizzo took that ball that he caught and made the out, and like you can see in the highlights, he like stuffed it in his back pocket and he held on to it. I don't know if anybody grabbed that softball last night, but we say congrats again, and way to go, L&M. Very softball. Certainly, L&M. They defeated Wilton on their way to the state championship, and we recognized the Wilton Beavers and a great season that they had. They were on this show, and we definitely will continue to celebrate and speak fondly of L&M. So there you go, Falcons, and they did a great send-off before they left. They have a lot of good support. And that's nice to do that myself. I mean, that can really make a difference when you choose to live in a community for long, be around forever. You want to know that your schools are going to have good support, not only in athletics but in every activity. That feels really good. Okay, today is National Moon Day. I don't encourage you to moon anybody, but maybe celebrate tonight by howling at the moon and turning into a werewolf, if you're into that. It's also National Lollipop Day and National Pennsylvania Day. So congratulations, Pennsylvania. You have your own day. When is it going to be National Iowa Day? No, but hopefully soon. They don't. You think that exists? National Iowa Day? And as far as the weekend, we do have a chance for a little bit of rain on and off today. Again, glad that the severe weather missed us yesterday. Certainly thinking about the folks that got impacted by a tornado in different parts of the state. We should be in good shape Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow on Saturday, I will be, again, at the Muscatine County Fair judging babies around 3:30 in the Grove. I don't know if it's a baby talent show or if it's... I really hope it's not like a cutest baby contest because I'm not going to be able to pick a winner, nor do I really want to. But I love the Muscatine County Fair. And the last 5 years, I'd spent the entire week at the fair, so this will be the day that we cruise out to West Liberty and check it out. And, of course, want to remind you that the Louisa County Fair also going on in Columbus Junction. Anything else coming up this weekend? Next week, our friends at Team Staffing on the 28th have a job fair. I should also mention that I believe on the 24th, Toyota of Muscatine is having a blood drive. So you can donate blood at Toyota Muscatine with the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. The Bloodmobile will be there. I'll get you the specific times. We'll promote that more on Monday because I can't think of it off the top of my mind, but we'll get those details to you. But I know that they're having a blood drive and the Team Staffing is having a blood drive next Saturday, the 28th. Let me look at my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we've covered it all, y'all. Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing for supporting this program. Thanks to all the guests this week. We had a lot of fun, learned a lot. Try to make it a good balance of informative and fun. This time I have the winning ticket in my pocket, so do me a favor. Don't buy any Mega Millions tickets because it's already been determined. Now, if I really win, you'll look back on this tape and think, that boy's psychic. And I'm telling you, if I win it tonight, I will not be here Monday. I'm not one of those people that will show up to work again. Why would you? How could you work? It's like $30 million? What are you going to do? You're going to show up to your job? No, you're not. Stop it. You're going to buy a house that's humongous. You're going to put in a Scrooge McDuck vault, and you're going to swim around in money. That's exactly what you're going to do. And you're also going to donate a lot of it to people like Betsy and Ryan. Right? That's what you're going to do. So if that happens, somebody's got to. Nobody has thus far. Why not me? Or why not Chef Tess? Or why not Ryan Broderson? Or Betsy? You can buy a lottery ticket. Or Chad. Imagine that. Let's just make that if one of us wins the Mega Millions, we'll give each other enough money so that we don't have to work anymore. Deal. All right. There you go. You heard it here first. And we'll get you something nice at home. Weekend Falcons. And we'll see you on Monday with potentially a guest that I know you'll be excited to see, who I see a lot in the store, and that might have a connection to tacos. Details on that Monday at 8:30 right here. It's like a cliffhanger, a whodunit. Who shot JR? Did you ever watch Dallas? Betsy, favorite Dallas character? All of them. I just spit when I talk to you. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend. And until we do it next time, take care.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests. Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.